Back in college, we had a funny saying around doing homework, and it went a little bit like this. Due February 25th of 2025 means due February 25th of 2025. Basically, this was just a saying by kids who procrastinated doing work until the very last minute by saying they were not actually going to do the homework until the due date of the homework. And that is basically what Super Microcomputer has done here with their 10K filings. So today's video will be a quick one. We are going to discuss this report of their 10K filings, what it means for the company moving forward, as well as take a brief look at price targets for Super Microcomputer. So if you enjoy the video, drop a like down below. And if you want to see more videos like this one, make sure to subscribe. However, before we jump into Super Microcomputer, let's take a look at the YouTube portfolio. It's currently sitting at a value of $64,555.60. And the portfolio is down just a little bit in the last couple of days as the market has sold off. However, across all of our positions, we are still in the green, with our lowest returning position being Google, up only 4%. We have seen some solid gains from Alibaba in the last couple of days. We are now up 74%. Palantir has sold off a little bit. We're now only up 850%. If you look a couple weeks ago, we were up over 1,000%. So we have seen a little bit of a sell-off there, and Super Microcomputer has been bouncing around. Today, it went up 7.5%, up 73% overall. And actually, a big part of the reason we haven't seen a larger drawdown in the portfolio has to do with the two dividend ETFs that we have in it, SCHD and VYM. SCHD has actually recovered a little bit because as we have seen some of these more speculative stocks sell off, we've actually seen that money rotate into dividend stocks. So that has helped SCHD. It is now up almost 17%, and VYM is up almost 25%. We also still have around $13,000 of cash in the portfolio. But the stock we are going to be talking about today is Super Microcomputer, and in just the last 5 trading days, this stock has moved a significant amount. At one point, it was trading around $65 per share. It proceeded to sell off by around 30%, down to around $45 per share. However, after hours, the stock price has rebounded by almost 25%. And this big jump up in Super Microcomputer's stock price is because they just came through and filed their financial reports, avoiding the Nasdaq's deadline for their potential delisting. You can actually go on Super Microcomputer's website now, and you can see that they filed 3 reports here today on February 25th. One was their 10K annual report. This was from last year, 2024. And then you can also see that they filed 2 quarterly reports for their 10Qs. And Super Microcomputer released a statement to the public saying the company has received correspondence from the Nasdaq staff that the company has regained compliance with the filing requirements and the matter is now closed. So obviously this is huge for the company moving forward because the concern has still been looming out there as to whether or not they would get this filing in time to avoid the delisting from the Nasdaq. This has been the big concern for investors over the last 6 months or so, as the Nasdaq has threatened to potentially delist the company due to some delinquent filings. But if that wasn't enough, we have even seen the new auditing company for Super Microcomputer, BDO, come out with their own statement, saying, in our opinion, the consolidated financial statements present fairly in all material respects the financial position of the company at June 30th, 2024, even adding that the results are in conformity with accounting principles generally accepted in the United States. And this is a big statement for Super Microcomputer because we know in the past they have had a number of issues with different auditing firms. So for BDO to actually come out and provide this statement, it provides some additional assurance to investors that these results are actually audited and that they are following normal principles that anyone would expect to be used. It is important to keep in mind that this doesn't get rid of all of the risks for Super Microcomputer. There are still risks around litigation, reputation harm, and potential lowering of credit ratings. Obviously, all 3 of these could have an impact on the company. Reputational harm is the most difficult to actually quantify. However, litigation could be one that we could see here in the future, especially because a large number of investors have been impacted by this ongoing situation at Super Microcomputer. So if they take up a lawsuit against the company for the fact that they have delayed these filings for so long and there have been all these issues, we could see some sort of impact or payoff to actually end that lawsuit, which could have a financial impact on the company. The second one that could be very impactful is actually lower credit ratings. This is very important because Super Microcomputer has been rumored to have a very low cash supply, and this has actually restricted some of their order fulfillment. And because of that, if we see an issue of lower credit ratings, that means it could be even more difficult for this company to get cash to fulfill orders. And if they aren't able to fulfill orders, we could see other players coming into this market and stealing market share away from the company. For the most part right now, I think that Super Microcomputer has priced in this outcome, especially with the 20+% move up we have seen after hours. So what that ultimately comes down to is how much growth could we see in the company's EPS numbers, or even potentially growth in their valuation. Right now, Super Microcomputer is trading around $55 per share. That puts them at a PE ratio of around a 20, assuming EPS of around $2.75 over the course of the next year. In my opinion, Super Microcomputer should be trading more in line with the NASDAQ, which would be anywhere from a 25 to a 30 PE ratio. That would result in a price target anywhere from $68.75 to $82.50. So there is still a little bit of runway up in this stock price. And $2.75 over the next year is definitely possible. We can see that analysts right now are expecting around $2.60 for 2025. And in 2026, they're expecting that number to grow to $3.73. So we are already halfway through 2025. If we count some of those potential earnings from 2026, I definitely think that over the course of the next 12 months, we could see Super Microcomputer put up around $2.75 of trailing 12-month EPS. However, make sure to run these numbers on your own because I am a shareholder of Super Microcomputer. We showed that at the start of the video, so I am a little more bullish on this company. If you think there could be different results over the course of the next year, make sure to price those into your estimates. We have obviously seen Super Microcomputer trading at much higher prices than where it is trading at now. At one point, it went all the way up to around $120 per share. So there's definitely runway for this stock up. The question is, how much further can it really run up before we need to start seeing some more material gains in terms of their top and bottom line numbers? But keep in mind, these are all just the opinions of some random guy on YouTube. So don't buy a company just because I talked about it here. Make sure you are doing your own research and looking into companies that meet your risk tolerance as well as your time horizon. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for the continued support on the channel. If you want to subscribe to see more videos like this one, you know what to do. The button is down below. It really helps the channel out and it really makes me feel good about making these videos, seeing you guys enjoying the content and dropping likes down below. That is awesome. I really do appreciate it. And it helps the channel grow significantly as well. So thank you guys so much again for the continued support and have a wonderful rest of your day. And for the joke of the day, what do lawyers wear to work? Check the comments down below for the answer. Thanks for watching.